Hey, everybody. Y'all know what tonight is, right? Tonight is we do our recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And listen, guys, you never know who's going to come over here and ride the train, okay? And tonight, we got a special guest. Listen, for all of you reality TV show watchers out there, we know that a lot of time on these shows, who do we get involved with? Who do we like? We like the mamas. That's right. Yes, we do. We like the mamas. And guess what? Tonight, Miss Wanda is in the building. Can I get a what, y'all? A choo choo. Okay, honey, she in the building. And listen, you know I love Miss Felicia because she always say that children are to be loved and protected. So I want y'all to know, don't get mad at Miss Wanda because she's loving and protecting her only daughter, okay? So we're going to hear from Miss Wanda tonight. And before I get into it, before I bring her to the platform here and bring her to the stage, I want y'all all to show her some love. She got a YouTube channel, okay? Sure enough, Miss Wanda. Go over there, hit subscribe, okay? So you can always be in the know when she goes live, okay? Sure enough, Miss Wanda, okay? She know how to cook. Started her cooking business, and y'all saw it documented a little bit on the show. So go over there and support. Okay, everybody love them some good cooking, okay? Some good food. So go over there, everybody, and do me a favor. Subscribe to Sure Enough, Miss Wanda's YouTube channel. Y'all see it there? And I will update this video with the description and have all of her information on there in the description box so you can stay in touch. Come on now, Miss G. That's right. Show Miss Wanda some love. Okay, so that you can stay in touch and be in the know when Miss Wanda goes live and when she speaks, okay, to the people. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring up from Love and Marriage Huntsville, sure enough, Miss Wanda. Hey.
Hey, Miss Diva, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Look at you looking good, looking sharp over there, honey. Wear the pink for the breast cancer month, okay?
Exactly. You're right. That's what I do it for breast cancer month. Pink really all month I've been wearing pink.
Okay, well, listen, you got it all together there. Hey, Robin. Hey, everybody. So listen, we're so glad that you stopped by here tonight, Miss Wanda, because you know the fans got a lot of questions. Okay, and one thing I could say is that you definitely stand up and take up for your daughter. Okay, G Mom, thank you so much. You subscribe. And Miss Wanda, if you have something me going on in the background, if you could just shut it down.
Okay, that's what I was doing. Okay,
no problem. All right. So yes, you got some people subscribing out there. Thank you, G Mom, for subscribing to Miss Wanda's channel. So we'll go ahead and start out, Miss Wanda, because a lot of us, we watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. We love the show, and we always said too that when the show first started, many people were excited about it because we was going to get to see in the lives of these couples who were about business and had a business. And then all of a sudden, we felt like it took a turn around the corner and it started to be about so many other things outside of business. What are your thoughts on that? And what would you like to, just tell us about that particular scenario?
Okay. First of all, I'd like to say hi to everybody. How y'all doing out there? But yes, we thought when I first got on this show, I thought it was gonna be more like business, especially instead of going into a lot of personal business. I would think they're gonna be like public business, They Tisha and Marsau showing their little ideas of what they got. I was thinking self-millionaire peoples. I was thinking all three couples was gonna be lovely and gonna show out and show what they got and what they can do to bring people into the business and show what they got out there. But it just turned to chaos. Some part of chaos. But at the beginning, it was good. I didn't expect for it to go as far as it went between Melanie and her husband. I was thinking that, sometimes people do have a little infidelity in their life, but they stick and hang on in there. So that was my idea to tell her, regardless of what's going on, still hang on there with your husband, But it just turned for the worse. So
Yeah, we turn for the worse. So here we are today here, right? And
Yeah.
so a lot of it is now focused on your daughter, your son-in-law, and now your niece, right, Keke. So there's a whole lot of dynamics going on the show revolving around your family. How has your family, even the family members that we don't see on the show, dealing with all the drama that is going on the show?
Oh my God. It's a lot. It really is a lot. It's, they can't pick sides. They don't want to do choices like, okay, I can't just take Tisha's side because that's my daughter. They ain't gonna take Kiki's side because that's my brother daughter. So they was fine with it at first until they seen that they was actually fighting. It got to the point they was actually fighting, and that's when all the commotion came up with the family situation. And we was like, well, we already kind of had an idea that Keke would go there. We knew that Keke would go there, but the thing is, we didn't think that she'd take it this far, you know. And then a lot of them basically just stopped watching the show altogether because of all the stuff that going on the show, and they're looking at this part of us, and we don't do this. We just don't do this. Our family just don't do this, and it was like a surprise to me to see Kiki carrying on the way she was carrying on. It was like very surprising to me. I'm thinking she's gonna get on there and say a couple of things, or do a little something, but still knowing that this is your cousin. You don't
Right.
go against the grain for no one. And she knew that. And if she did go against the grain, she already know that everybody gonna come at her. She knew this. So at this point, Keke, she just took it all the way to left field, and I just couldn't believe that she was actually doing all this. But yeah, the family is very upset with her. They are very upset. I mean, I have talked to even my cousin, my little nephew. I talked with him, and he's like, I don't know why Keke doing the stuff she doing. This is embarrassing our family, and we already had you on there talking about Marsau. But it was never like you got to that screaming and just talking all, about him like that. You know what I'm saying? She said you was having a lot of fun with it. But at this point, this is not fun anymore. It's not fun. So they feel like Keke step over her boundaries. She shouldn't have never done the things that she did. But hey, that's Keke. That's Keke. So
Yeah. When the scene that we saw last week, and it kind of continued into this current week that just passed, and Keke threw the drink in Tisa's face. When Tisa called and kind of told you that this happened, how did you feel and what did you say, and what did the family think about it?
but they thought it was just a joke at first.
Okay.
They were like, okay, Keke throw the drink at Tisha, and they would try to joke it out, but because we thought it was a joke. And then so when Tisha's like, Mom, I am for real. This girl just threw the whole drink in my face. I said, are you serious? And then she was like, yes, yes. I said, why would she do that? What did you say to provoke her to do this? Mom, I ignore her. And that's why she threw it in my face, because I ignored her. I said, because you ignored. I said, you didn't say nothing. She said, I did not say one word. So my sister called me and like, Wanda, why did Keke throw the drink? I said, well, Tisha told me about it too. So I guess she must told one of her aunties about it as well. And they called me and they wanted to know why was this, why was that, what did I feel about it? I said, well, first of all, y'all knew if I was there, it wouldn't have never happened. That would have never happened if I was there. Period. So Keke know to respect her auntie, but she taken it to a whole different level when her mother get in her ear and tell her something different. And from day one, her mother never did like my side of the family. Never. She took Keke away from here all the way up to Keke was like 14 or 15 when she brought her back. So it wasn't like they was close cousin like the one y'all singing on the show, Courtney. All us, they grew up together. They came up together. They played together. They did. So when Keke came in, Keke was like 15 years old. So the only thing they could do to hook up like friends, but they was cousins. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It was more like a friend relationship than a cousin relationship because it was always, you shouldn't be over there. You shouldn't go around in the projects. You shouldn't do this. So, but back to the family situation, they really upset with Keke. They really are. They very upset about this whole situation. And they like, I can't believe she let nobody tease her head up to do this to her own blood cousin. It's sad. It's so sad. And I just can't see y'all, Tisha, ever speaking back to her no more. I know that it's hard, but some things you got to just turn away from. And it's kind of hard. And Keke never called no one and apologized to no one in the family. No one. And say, hey, this right here happened. I'm sorry that I had to do this, this and that. No, it's like everybody, she turned her A to everybody to kiss it. And that's what she did. And she continued on the roller coaster. She continued on going at her, going in and going in. There's no stopping point. She stay up to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And we all know the reason why, but staying up all night in the morning to the next morning talking about your cousin, I mean, just let it go. You don't see her all on these YouTube streets, all on the Facebook page, Instagram, talking about her. You don't see that. So if she felt some type of way, she should have called and talked to somebody else. If it wasn't me, she could have talked to her other uncles, her cousin, or somebody. She haven't talked to anyone. She's just going on this long little range now, just talking about her cousin, continue on talking about her cousin. And every time you look around, it's a page up. Keke said it. Keke did this. Keke did it. About nothing. I don't see what is so concerning her if her husband was out there cheating. I don't get that when it comes down to her. I don't see the reason why did she throw the water. I don't see it. Because if Tisha ignore you, you can like, well, okay, then you can ignore me as long as you want to. But hey, it is what it is. I'm done with you. You ain't never got to speak to me no more, and I won't speak to you. And then we could have probably got over that. You know what I'm saying? And we try to put them back together. But at this point, it just ain't no turning back. Even after she threw the water, she continued on lying on them, continue on throwing stuff in the streets about them. So Keke just lost out on a good family, period. She have.
Yeah, it's exactly that. I will always like to see if families can some way like come together and resolve, the issues at hand in the situation. And maybe, you never know what could happen. Maybe, things will turn around. I know y'all been dealing with this with Keke for a while, but maybe you never know. You never know what God can do. Maybe there will be a light at the end of the tunnel for her. But I want to move to a different question. Tisha seems like like a lot of things that happen in terms of what people say, it kind of hurts her, it kind of gets to her. People, when the fans are talking about, running a business with the hair care line for the daughters and how the mishap happened on her website with it being Stormi's information on there. Do you think that it is getting to Tisha to the point where maybe, she should leave the show? Or do you think that, she's toughening it up as a result of the show, so to speak, and she got this, she can handle it?
Well, truly, I believe that Tisha can handle this right here. Mm-hmm. That right there, she got enough family behind her, pushing her. Okay. Like, don't worry about this, girl. You got this. Remember who you are. Don't worry about what people saying. And as long as you don't let them get in your head and get in your ears all the time, I mean, they're going to talk. People going to talk. But my thing is, I'm a very tough person, and I have very tough skin. No one could never just get to me like this. So I'm just going to throw it on off and keep on moving. But in Tisha's case, Tisha's very quiet. And a lot of people like, well, Tisha ain't that quiet. Then y'all think, yes, she are. She really is. And she's a very giving person. Mm-hmm. She's real sweet and nice. I mean, to us, I'm gonna say that to us, and to other people too, because she's been having her friends for years. I mean, ever since they was in middle school. From middle school, I'm at, what was just say, elementary school. Ever since from elementary school to middle school to high school to college, and they still are friends. All of them just like this right here. So with her friends in her ears telling her, hey, don't let that get to you. We got like 10, 11 of those, and then here she go have a big family. It's like 9 of us. So we are like pushing her. We busy pushing her, and she gonna get through it. She is okay. She ain't too much worried about what nobody out in the outside saying. What gets to her is what your family is saying. That's the only thing that gets to her. But what the outside is saying, they don't know us, so we don't care about what they say. And I know I don't, but Tisha, I think she feels the same way too. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm proud of her. So, when she started this show, how was her and Melanie's relationship?
Her and Melon relationship was good to me because I used to go to Melon's house before the show even started. When Tisha called me, I was like, where you at? She said, I'm over this girl named Melon's house. I said, okay, I'm finna come up. I'm finna pull up. And I was like, okay. So I come over there, meet Melon's mom, meet Martell mom, and they used to go to Florida together all the time, taking the kids together with them, going to Florida. And I've been to Florida maybe twice with them. So they was friend to me. I thought they was cool and everything. So I'm like, okay. She seemed like a pretty nice person. So when I go meet people, I look into how they treat me and teaching them as well. So it just seemed like they got along very well. And her and Melon was pretty cool. Yeah. And then I think like a couple, maybe a year later, she pitched a show to Carlos. And she was telling Tisha them that she had pitched a show to Carlos. And she had 2 more people that was going to be on the show. But I guess those was 2 people that Carlos didn't see, fit for the show or whatever. So they were coming back to Tisha and Marsau now. Yeah, so I was felt like they was doing good before.
Do you think the show and everything that's going on with the show is what kind of, put a little break in their relationship?
I pretty do think that, but a lot of things you can't see behind you. You just only see stuff in front of you. So my thing is what Melanie was. I think that she meant good, but since the other people that didn't make it on the show, that she wanted to get on the show, I think she kind of turned for the worse when she realized those people couldn't get on. And I think then she turned against Tisha and Marsau them at that point because that's just me thinking. So I'm just saying, once she realized that they couldn't get on, so she started, acting funny, acting strange. So right after then, I think my mom died. No, my sister died first, passed away. And it was like, Melanie didn't even call and say, hey, Miss Wanda. And I'm always talking to Melanie. She could have said, hey, what's your mama number? I just want to call and say, I'm sorry for her sister passed away. She never called and said, hey, Miss Wanda, how you doing? And I'm like, well, I guess the show getting to her. You know what I'm saying? So it went a whole year passed through after that. And even to this day, I never got, well, I'm sorry to hear that your mom passed away. I'm sorry to hear that your sister passed away. So that before I even had any interacted with Melanie herself, you know what I'm saying? It was a whole year. So when I realized who she was in the back of me instead of being in front of me, I like, okay, well, I see what type of person I'm dealing with now. And I told Tisha, I said, she is a snake. I'm sorry, I was not even, I'm just telling you what I told my daughter. And so I didn't think the show did it. I think it just showed the true person who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. It just showed who you are. And so I like, okay, it's been there. It's just the show just brought it more out in the public view eyes. So
how do you feel Tisha's handling all of the rumors, so to speak, with Marsau and the alleged infidelities? How do you think she's holding up with that?
Well, like I said, Tisha's a tough cookie.
Mhm.
She really is. She a tough cookie, but she hanging on. Even though when people sitting down talking about your husband
Mhm.
and y'all supposed to be one, it's not no two-way street on this. It's just if my husband tell me one thing, and my people in the streets in my ear telling me something else, who do I believe?
Mhm.
You know, it's just a sign of who do you believe? And even to myself, when Martell told me, bagging it up, that he told me that Marsau had 20 women. And y'all, everybody knew I went in on him about that
Mhm.
because like who would know you better than your friend? You know what I'm saying? Your
Mhm.
It's who you hang out with all the time. So who would know you better than him? And and I would just always get on Marceau about that. I stayed on Marceau about it. So when it come down to other people keep on saying this, continue on saying it, then okay, well, somebody gonna come up. I'm just letting you know what happened in the dark shall come to the light. Somebody gonna come up and let us know what's really going on. So a year passed by, there's no one. And I'm still fussing at him about different little things. 2 years passed. I said, no, us black women, we don't hold stuff in that long. unless that I'm getting paid really, really, really good. You know what I'm saying? So I said, we don't hold stuff that long. Even if I was getting paid, us black women can't hold that in. I just can't see it. I mean, it's hard to believe. So my thing is, that's when I started saying, like 2 years ago, I was like, oh no, he ain't cheating. I mean, I'm not gonna say that he ain't flirting and he ain't just, just talking to women, trying to make them feel good and all this, but just going home, being in bed with them, having a whole wife at home, then a whole woman on the other side of the street. I just can't see it. I mean, like some people would go and sleep and stay all night long, all day. So if I got a friend that I was kicking it with, hey, that friend gonna have to tell you something. I'm dealing with you, and you worrying about your wife. I don't care, baby. You on a whole platform. I'm finna tell you something. I'm finna get something out the deal.
Right.
I can make way more money than what you may be paying me if you were paying me anything. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
do.
hey, I can get on this show and make money too. So my thing is, I just can't see it happen. That's my age. I just can't see him out there cheating. I can't. I'm not gonna say that he's not because I'm not that type of person. I'm the type of person if someone come and tell me that my man cheating, I'm gonna take cell phones. I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do. Even to my age now, I don't do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If they tell me my soul's out there cheating, I have done it. I have. I went back to my younger days. I like, okay, let me go find out. Let me find out. I would go get a hotel room and I would check it. Mary told her to pull it up. She didn't have to pull it up. I want to pull it up. I want to see, but I could probably handle it better than Tisha could have. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to pull it up. I wanted to see what was going on. And it was not the idea that I wanted my daughter hurt. I just want to see it first with my own eyes. So when my daughter come to me and say, well, mom, it's true. He was doing this, he was doing it. She never, and me and my daughter have a very good understanding and a very good relationship.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about everything and anything. Okay. When Marceau go out and he stay late, she like, he ain't come home to 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, well, you need to be getting on his and find out why he out there to 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I thought about, oh, he got that club. They close late at night. So that may be one of the issues too, because he is the owner of this club. So and I come back and talk to Tisha about it. But other than that, she ain't never had no problem, never called me and said, well, mom, this girl called me. I knew about the phone call Keke was talking about. And I think that was like 5 or 6 years ago, way before the show even came out.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's just ridiculous the way she portrayed and the way she making Tisha look at this moment. And I know Tisha already got to deal with everybody else looking at her like this. But why is it a man can be a flirter but not a cheater? I mean, I'm just being real.
Right.
So if I even thought that he was out there in the streets, I mean, my thing is I would have told Tisha and I would have explained to her and let her know you can do better than this. You can do better than this. You need to move on. I have told it in front of Marsau. If they go back and look at any of my tapes, I have said it right there in front of him. One thing I don't play about is infidelity because I have a husband and I had to let him pull it to the side, let him do what he want to do out there in the street. And I'm going to do me because one thing you're not going to do is bring me nothing at home I can't get rid of.
Woo.
And you had your fun. Now I got to lay down and die for you. No, I'm not Jesus. I can't die for you. Period. So my thing is, you ain't gonna bring me nothing home that I can't get rid of. So now I'm gonna go have my fun. So if I catch something, let me catch it for having me some fun too.
Right, I hear you.
And I tell my daughter the same thing. If you feel like he out there, you better cry. You better not waste a tear over that.
Mm-hmm.
Moving. You got 3 children you can cry for and a mama. You don't need no man to cry over. No man.
That part. So let me ask you, Miss Wanda, how did you feel when the fans got a little outraged and it was like, we want her off the show? How did you feel about that?
It was kind of, well, you know what? I think it was for a good cause because I know I should not have repeated what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a big thing. But when people said all those words, and I'm like, why do they want me off the show? Because I said what her husband said.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still saying it to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's still doing it. So I'm like, why is y'all want me off the show? And my husband knows her better than anybody. And so y'all want me off the show because what I said? I just didn't understand it at all. But the fighting part, it happened like so quick till I didn't have no clue that this girl gonna run up on me like this. I'm thinking, well, she didn't just come out there and talk. See, they didn't show everything. It was like, you're talking about my food. You didn't even taste my food. So how would you know it's nasty?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that right there, it was a trickle to me. So my thing is now, you messing with my money. I'm not even talking about the money on the show. I'm talking about money that I can make every single day. Okay, I'm a hustler. I go out there and do me. I'm gonna go out there and sell what I got to sell. So yeah, when they made that statement, I'm like, okay, well, y'all want me off the show, fine, do what y'all want to do. But on the same token, you got to remember she still got that husband on there doing the same talking, doing the same thing. So what y'all gonna do about him? I mean, I was okay with it. And to this day, I felt kind of bad for what I said and did, not because that I'm missing that money, because you make money every day. You really can. You can make money all the time, anytime. You can make money. And especially the business that I am in. Because what I do is I sell a lot of food, a lot of seasoning, a lot of everything. And then getting my food truck up and moving. So, I mean, I was okay with it. But if God okay with the whole situation, because what I said and what I did, I mean, I didn't think I did no more than what her husband did. So, I mean, they wanted me off the show, but he's still there. So, I mean, I'm okay.
Understand.
God place for me to be back on there. He'll place me back wherever he want me to be. So I will be back if he want me there. That's only God. I'm just saying what God want to do. I'm not going to reject no money. Here. No, I'm not going to shut down no money.
I totally hear you. So I know there's been a lot of, tension, so to speak, with, Keke coming on the show, everything going on with the family. So if you had a moment to say something to Keke to kind of help, open the door to healing with the whole family, what would you say to her?
Okay, I didn't hear you because my battery thing jumped up.
No problem. I will say it again. So, a lot has happened, with Keke coming on the show, and all of the back and forth and everything that is being said. And it kind of almost split the family apart, right? Because it's like, whose side do you take? What do you say? How do you resolve this? If there was a door to open for it to begin some healing, what do you think you could perhaps give an olive branch to Keke? Like, what do you think you could say to say, let's start over. Let's try to heal the family. Let's do something different. What do you think you could say to her?
As an auntie, I would have said to Keke, as to the day, period. Out of all the stuff that went down, everything that I would tell Keke, go get help. You need some help first.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get help, then we can come and talk about all the little situation that took place, how you did. I want you to go back and look at the TV show because this is something that you cannot really just take back. This is something that you put out there. I want you to know, do you feel comfortable doing all the stuff that you have done? If the word is the answer is yes or no, then I would say, well, the doors, I still will open the doors up for her. I will. I will open the door, and I know it'd be kind of hard for Tisha to do it because it happened to Tisha, but I still will open the doors up, and I would tell people's like family, we still family. We were family first, and people last. Okay, so my thing is, if we family first, there's nothing can really tear you apart. But in Keke case, I want her to honor and just tell the truth. Just be out there and just tell the truth. What life is really? Why are you doing this? And if you can't tell the truth, then I can't open no doors up for you. I want you to open the doors up first. I want you to go out there and get help. Show me that you are doing what you're supposed to do. I want her to show me that it shouldn't be, I got to go get you girl tested to make sure you off drugs. I don't want to do that. I want you to show me that you is really doing what you're supposed to do as a family, and then go and apologize. And it may not never get back to where it used to be, but it will be somewhere in between that, okay, we can be laughing and playing cards again. And we can do whatever, do what we normally do. But I just hope that she would, first of all, just get some help, and then everybody can open their arms back up to her. We all love Keke. We never just sit down and just say, okay, we just hate her, or we don't like her ways. We don't like what she's doing. But the words of saying hate is never there. We never gonna say we hate her.
Right.
It's a powerful word. So I just hope that she would get help. And then I would say, well, Keke, my arms open back up to you. But if you're going to keep on poking the bear, I mean, come on, I just can't do it. I just can't. So, I mean, I know Tisha is on the other end, like, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. I know. So,
A lot has happened. Yes. So, how's your son? When we last saw the one when you were still on the show, and I think he was having a baby.
yeah,
So, how's he doing?
he's doing fine. He just, actually, him and his girlfriend just left. They just left.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't let him spoke to y'all, but him and her both just left.
Wonderful.
So they
Okay,
went
so
to
he's
pick up
doing
the
good.
ma'am.
I say he's doing good.
Oh yeah, he's doing perfect. He's doing really, really good. And his girlfriend got a little mad when he went on the show and said he got her pregnant, and she was like, "Why would you do that? Why would you do that?" But all my kids are doing fine. Um, they feel the same way we feel about the situation that happened. They couldn't believe that Keke did that because at one point they knew that Tisha and Keke was real, real close. So it was like a shocking moment. But not to me, but to them. They were like, Mom, do you believe she did this? But yeah, he's doing fine and he holding up well and everything. He got a promotion on his job. So yeah.
Okay.
Great for the city.
So,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about your food truck, and you know what? Who taught you how to cook?
Okay. I have like my mom got like 9 sisters and 2 brothers. Okay. So it's like 11 of them. So it's always when I got married, my mom was a good cook. She really was. She was a really good cook. She can cook chicken and make you smell it when you walk out the door all the way up on the next block, okay? Well, you'll know they be like, Miss France in there cooking, y'all. Miss France, throw me a chicken bone out here. My mama used to bake a lot as well. So that's one thing I did not learn. But she used to cook some cakes. She'd make a cake stand up on a plate like this. But I did not take that away. I didn't take that from her. I don't know how to bake. It's different than cooking and baking. A lot of people tell you. But my auntie, it used to be all the time. I used to always call my aunt and ask them, hey, how do you cook this right here? I cooked some greens one day, and the greens turned out real gritty. And she like, that's because you didn't wash them good. You had to wash them real good and turn the greens to be gritty, like that. I was like, okay. So I called them back again, and I asked them how to cook this. And so if anything I messed up, they'll let me know. Mm-hmm. And then I would go over there to my other aunt house, who used to work at the school. She used to be a kitchen work in the kitchen. I said, I want to be just like you, Auntie. Whatever you do, I want to be just like you. I love the way you cook. But she cooked like she cooking for the whole cafeteria at home. Mm. So I like, okay, I want to be just like you. I want to do all this just like you. And which I started doing. And when I got a little old, I said, I want to work at the school. And then I started off at Jefferson County Courthouse, working there for the prison. Mm-hmm. I left there, and then I went to the school. And then I was going to other little different places in between, because, the school is like from 6 in the morning to 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. So I would see us and work. I'd had like 8 or 9 different jobs that I would go in between. So I did whatever it takes to take care of those 3 kids of mine. So yeah, and then from there, everybody just always come and say, oh, I want to make some of those greens. Can you make me some of those greens? Because that was the main thing I was struggling in. I told you they taste like gritty when I first started doing it. So I got good in that. So I'm a soul food expert.
Okay.
I do all type of soul food. Like right now, I got some chitlins and chilies put together. And I just cooked that, and my son told me, he said, Mom, I never had this right here. I said, I was just trying something new. Oh. It's chili beans, because it's cold. It's kind of cool outside now. So I put some chili beans, and then I say, I'm going to cook these chitlins and see how they're going to taste inside of there. Okay. And it was good. It really was good.
Okay.
But, yeah, and I have a passion in cooking. I don't care what it is. I just love to cook. Now, decoration and making it look real fancy and pretty, that's what I got to work on.
All right now.
I got to school on.
The presentation of it all. So, yeah. Miss Wanda, I know like many people heard you joke around saying you got a boyfriend and a husband. What is the story?
I didn't know that question was going to come up. Okay. It's just like I was telling you earlier about Tisha, don't let nobody bring you nothing home.
Yes.
Because, and I was serious about that. When I said I had a husband and a boyfriend, I was serious about that, because when my husband not at home and he want to stay all night in the streets, and it went on for almost a year, I mean, he would come home and get in bed with me. I said, baby, go in that room over there. I wasn't good enough to stay in the house with you last night. You need to be in that room over there. Go in that room over there, because I just couldn't put him out because he was paying the bills. Right. If you're paying all the bills, I can't just throw you out now. Right. So I like, after a year passed by, nothing changed. He was still doing the same old thing. You would think somebody changed, but he was in another room. And that was like 8 or 9 years ago. And he's still in another room whenever he comes. So yes, I had me a friend that I was talking to, and hey, it is what it is. I ain't gonna lie about it. Yeah, it was true. Yeah, and I was telling him it was true. But it took like 4 years for me to find me a boyfriend to be, intimate with and talk to and do the same thing. But I just wasn't ready to marry yet again, so I never got a divorce. Okay. I was never ready to marry him, period. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the type of person that I just think all men is a dog to me. I don't know why I feel that way. I guess because I'm on my second marriage, heading to my third one. So I just think they're all men's dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And even we can live with them or live without them. So my thing is, I mean, just the way I feel. So
Right.
I feel like I can live with them and without them. So that was just that, yeah. But I don't have no complaint. I don't.
But there you go. You listen, live your best life as long as you're
I
happy.
go where I want to. I don't have to answer to nobody. I
Mm-hmm.
do what I wants to do. I go when I please, come back home when I please. Don't ask me where I've been. Don't ask me what I cook. Don't ask me none of that because I cook what I when I want to. If I don't, I don't. And the only reason I do cook is for my grandbabies.
Nice.
The only two people I'm concerned about is those two.
How many grandkids do you have?
I have 9.
Beautiful.
Each one of my kids have 3 kids. My oldest son got 3,
Mhm.
Tisha got 3, and my baby son got 3.
Oh, nice. Beautiful. All
Yeah.
right. Wonderful. Listen, as the fans that watch the show, they say the Scott brothers are the Scott brothers. Okay.
And y'all know I always talk about Marsau. Always. I'm always getting at Marsau. He be like, who can tell me something with a husband or a boyfriend? I said, that's what I'm trying to tell you, Tisha. Shit. That exactly. I mean, come on now. Hey, I'm just keeping it real. I mean, if you out there, let me know because I want to know if I can teach her something. I want her to know what's really going on, but I'm not gonna be the one because God said let no man put you under.
Mm.
So I'm not trying to be the one that divorced her and for it to be on me. I don't want that headache. I don't. I want Tisha to be happy. As long as she's happy, I'm happy. And it doesn't make no difference who does what. She cheat, he cheat, whoever cheat. I don't care. But my thing is, I just feel like everybody else should just get out of their marriage, and if that's what she like, she love it. Hey, it is what it is. Ain't nobody gonna change that. But I don't think that he really doing that. But I don't know.
Yeah. And you know all the personalities on the show. And how do you feel about Destiny?
I like Destiny. Destiny does have a attitude. She
Mm.
really does. She have like one of these little sticky attitude, but she is okay once you get to know Destiny. She is a very cool person. She is really nice. She really is. You just got to get to know a person before you just start pushing them down. Because my thing is when I think on one of those scenes when me and Melanie got into it, and she was like, "I'm not just gonna let Miss Wanda just say what she want to say, you know. So I'm gonna have to put her in her place." And I'm like, "Girl, you next." So I mean, we get along. We all I get along with just about all the cast members. I mean, they may not like me a certain
That's a
time.
good thing. That's a good thing. And how do you feel about Stormi?
Stormy is a Leo.
Okay.
Stormy is a Leo. I am a Leo. Me and Stormy birthday like 3 days apart. So I can feel everything Stormy going through the cussing and all because that will be me.
Mm-hmm.
So Stormy is a boss lady. I mean, she a boss. And Stormy have a she have a little issues. She do. She really do. Because some of the stuff that she would say to a grown man, I would never, unless they have really have got a kick and just start a knife and just start sticking me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to really just get down in the mud then. But some stuff that should not never, and I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the words that come out of Stormy mouth sometimes, but that's Stormy. That's
Right.
who she is. That's how she talk. And she explained that. I mean, like a lot of stuff that she do, I would never in life do. I would never cuss in front of my mother. Never in life. That's not who I am. But I'm just saying she got a lot of my ways, but some of the stuff she do, I can do it. I just can't. I don't care. I just don't care. I just can never disrespect. And I feel like that's disrespect. Anytime you curse, even to my children right now, they grown. They come in and like he be talking to one of his friends on the phone, and he gonna say a little cursing word. He said, "Oh, Mom, I'm sorry. I didn't know you was in here." You know, and that's the way it should be.
Right.
I mean, if you raised that way, I can't help the way nobody raised, but I'm just saying, in my life, I could never just curse in front of my mother. I couldn't do that. So but she's a nice person.
That's good. She's like she's good people. So how do you feel about Martell? And did you ever meet the side chick?
No, Martell. Oh God, Martell. I really hate that Martell went through what he went through because I think Martell and Melanie make a perfect couple. They are such a beautiful couple to me, and I really, really like to see them together. I really hate that Martell did what he did. He let his little head overthink his big head.
Yep.
And that was the biggest thing. I think that he regretting every moment of it at this moment and at this time. Martell is, I don't say what y'all say here, nonsense. I just think that he was the type of person that, what word I can use for Martell? Oh, Jesus, I got so many words. But I'm just gonna say, I think Martell is what word I want to use for him? I don't want to say it wrong, but Martell, I understand what Melanie seen at him at the beginning. I understand what she seen with him doing what she was going through. I understood what she seen in him. You know, you think that you can take a person and change a person. If a person don't want to be changed, don't try to change them.
Yeah.
So Martell is that person that don't wants to be changed. He want to keep what he got and want to go out there and get what he can get. That's my thing with Martell. Martell could have been a perfect man. He could have been and ain't no man perfect, but I just really feel like he could have been a perfect guy for Melanie. But what he did to her, I can understand that a little bit. I can understand that a whole lot because I wouldn't deal with it. But she did deal with it for the past 5 years. But hey, Martell is I'm not gonna say he's a good man, but he is so-so. He's so-so. I ain't gonna call him no names like some people may call people some names, but he have his ways. He have his ways, and really, all the guys on the show have their ways. All of them. They just seem like, I guess, my man would never be on the show. You know what I'm saying? My man, the man that I deal with, would never be on a TV reality show. And if they do be on it, you can kind of look at them kind of sideways, like, okay, you know. But it is what it is, and that's go for all the guys on there.
Yeah.
Because they do have have a little feminine ways a little bit. They mama been spoiling them to the point that they got to get like, whatever. But yeah. But who else you asked me about?
Now, what about the Fletchers? Did you meet them?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And I had words for Naya. But I told her what I had to tell her at Marsau Place when I met her.
Okay.
That was my first time, or maybe my second time meeting her. No, I think it was my second time meeting her. I met her at Tisha baby luncheon. When Tisha had her baby luncheon, I met her there while they was filming.
Okay.
I got a chance to talk with her there. And when they aired out about something that happened and she was talking to Tisha about something, and she went back and told Melanie. So I don't like, I'm just who I am. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything because I got on Kimmi the same way. So I mean, if you're a snake, I'm gonna say you're a snake. If you act like a snake, you're a snake. I mean, just who I am. So I told Kimmi the same thing. I didn't bite my tongue. I ain't got no beef. I mean, I ain't got no beef with nobody on that show. But if I see you in a certain way, I'm gonna call you out. Period. I don't care who you is. I'm just gonna call you out.
Right.
But with Naya, I told Naya, I said, girl, I was talking about you. I'm gonna get all up in your ass. I'm gonna put excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put one foot in, And baby, like they said, one foot in the grave and one out. One gonna be in your butt and the other one's gonna be stomping your toes. Because I'm telling you, one thing you don't do is play with my child. Don't call her not in this certain way. I said, don't do it. And she was like, Miss Wanda, don't you get on me. Don't you say all that to me. You can talk about flesh, but please don't talk about me. Don't talk about me. I said, okay, I won't talk about you. I'm just letting you know. I ain't saying nothing about your daughter. I said, okay, I'm just letting you know. Boy, go down that road now. I'm telling you, nobody's off limit. Every cast member on there can get it. Every last one of them. They can get these lips. I ain't saying I'm gonna put my hands on them, but they can get these lips. Yep, they can. Yep.
Do you think that Kimmi has been supportive of Tisha?
Yeah, I think that Kimmi is very supportive at this point. I think Kimmi got more supported when they went to the Christmas party at Mayor House. And I really have a lot of respect for Kimmi when she came back and told Tisha that everybody was in there talking about her. She was the topic of the party. And I'm like, she was like telling her what Keke said. I said, wait. Wait a minute. Keke should have been the one coming back telling Tisha, not you.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you coming back telling Tisha? She like, I just feel like she should know. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to pay Keke your business.
Mm.
And that's when they put me on the show to go to Keke's house, and me and Keke had a talk. And that's when the part came out when I said, I told Tisha not to F with bees that don't have not buy shoes that comes in a box. That's when it happened. Because I told her, I said, okay, I got to pay her a business. And that's when all everything went from there to there. But, and then after the Madonna thing, everything just went back downhill.
If you had a chance to do that moment over, you know, what happened at Madani, what happened at the Destiny's store opening, would you do it over? Would you handle it differently?
Almost definitely. And I promise you, I'm not just saying it because they took me off a season for that. I'm not just saying that for that. I promise you, if I could have done it over, I want to never repeated what I said to her about with her baby dad. I mean, all that little stuff. I want to never. And I apologize for it. And it came from the heart. But my thing is, everybody want to keep on saying, well, you're talking about the baby. But when you start talking, you don't really thinking that you're talking about the baby. You know, so I didn't think I was talking about the baby, but I mean, they said I was talking about the baby, so okay. I throw both hands up. I was talking about the baby. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. But if I could have redid it, I would have just probably did like Tisha did, ignore her. Oh, while she was out there, she would have just came out there and I could have just paid her dust. And she would have been fussing by herself. And that would have been it. And my brother kept on telling me my brother was out there. And he helped me set up, and my cousin was out there. And y'all probably seen Bernard on the show. You seen my brother on the show down in Bessemer. And my family is very supportive. They don't want me to be out there fighting. They don't want me to act like that on national TV. They told me I was out of line. Mm-hmm. And I respect that. After I seen it, I said, yeah. But I was on 10 then. I really was. I was on 10. You don't be thinking when somebody come in your face and then trying to downrate your business, talking about your food and ass and all this and all that. And that same way with not Destiny, but the other one, who?
Stormi.
Yes. So I felt some type of way with both of them. I did. I didn't never sugarcoat neither one of them. I had words for Stormi too. And I got at Stormi. But my thing is, if I could go back all over again and do that, they be like, damn, Mr. One is totally different now, y'all. Yeah, I would have done it different. I would have. But
well, right, and growth is everything too. So I appreciate you saying that. And so how are you and Melody now?
I mean, I still have little words for Melody. That's just who I am. It's right. Not that nothing serious, nothing special, nothing that I feel. I mean, it's just who I am. And I call them a two-pick. Her and what her name is, my little niece, Keke. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I was saying that, and it's on my live, yeah, I call both of them a two-pick. But do I have anything against Melanie? No, I don't have anything against Melanie. I have told Melanie when Melanie made a statement, And we filmed this. They just didn't show it. At the, we filmed at what it was at Tisha Black Expo. At Expo, I think. We filmed that. Me and Melanie had a scene there. And she told me, she said, well, you always say this right here about millions and this and that. But she said, but I got a man. I got a man. I told her just like this right here. I said, baby, I said, that's all good, but just keep him. Make sure you keep him. And the next month later, oh, I ain't got no man no more. I said, I told you ain't got no man. See what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I mean, they didn't show it. I don't know why they didn't show it, but it was a big little scene on that as well. I don't know. So, and she kept on talking. I said, oh, yeah. I said, by the way, you ain't have no man, baby. You had a arm, leg, and shoulder. Because that's all we know, a hands, leg, and shoulder. Because that's all we seen was his hand, arm, and shoulder, and his leg, and a nice watch. So he was watching his time, what time he going to get up out of here. That's all we seen. That's all we seen. So, I just like to have fun, though. But, I mean, she may take it personal. But I don't take everything personal. I'm the type of person, I can say what I got to say and make somebody laugh and do this for him, and then I'm going on by my business. I ain't even study what I just said. But if it hurt you and it's offended you, hey, baby, I'm sorry. I'm just like that. I'm sorry. I may come to some of the bloggers and do them the same way until they talk about my mom now. I'm very sensitive when it comes to my mom.
Right.
Because my mom was my everything. So, I mean, when you talk about my mom, you just keep the show just on me and all of the cast members around me. Okay, you can even talk about my son, you can talk about my daughter, you can talk about all of them. I'm just gonna go back at you. But when it comes to my mom, I be really serious about that. I really want to hurt somebody about that. Because I don't play about that. Because they don't know how my mama left here. If they knew, they would never say anything about her. So I'll get real teary eyes when I talk about that. But don't talk about my mom. Period. I don't want nobody talking about my mom. And it's a hard pill to swallow. So, yeah.
So do you think Carlos being stuck to the core of the show, or do you think it veered off? And do you think they can come around and make it, back to what it was supposed to be?
I think if some of them miss, like real miss when they getting serious, like the fight at Madonna, the fight with Martell and Melanie, the fight at this other little thing that they throwing water and stuff. I think if they can just do away with all this bigging and fighting and just talk about each other, they want to talk about each other, they can go at each other as talking. But that scene would have been very good if Keke had just went talking and said what she got to say. It would have just shut everything down. Because she got the mouth for the South. So she could have shut everything down. But the water throwing and the fight, even with me, when I went out there and did what I did, I mean, it wasn't worth it. It's not worth it at the end. So my thing is, they all beautiful Black young ladies. They beautiful young ladies. And if they could just throw their things out there and throw what they actually doing in life and show what they actually doing in life, regardless of what it is, regardless of who it may hurt, but just show who you are and show what you got in your heart. Like me, for instance, I would tell my story. I would tell everything, But my thing is, with the young folks today, they feel like they can keep this a secret, but you on national TV. And if they just pull that out of them instead of starting a fight to pull it out of them, just suspend them or something. Y'all don't want to tell y'all truth like they did Destiny. Suspend them, let them hurt where they hurt, and that's in their pocket. Make them hurt where they hurt at. And if you feel like that something that happened in this person's life and they don't want to talk about it, then make them hurt where they hurt at instead of just bringing all this drama and fighting and all this right here. I really don't like it. But me, myself, at my age, I don't want to get in the mud with nobody. I just like to talk my noise. And that's what I am. I just like to talk my talk, and I don't want to get in the mud, but if I have to, I have to. But for real, I just like to have fun. That's
Right.
it. I just like to have fun. I like to say what I got to say. B, shut up. I ain't got time for you. You just, that's where I am. I just throw a little joke in and I'm through with it. But at the end of the day, half of them still a friend. And that's what I don't get.
Mm.
At the end of the day, all of them still hanging around each other. So you do all this for him for what? For what? And I'm like, okay, you go and do this. You go and say this. And to get back to that person that you said this and you said that, now you acting like you so angry and mad with this person and you already know they friends. Come on. Come on.
Mm.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with telling your truth and still be friends. There's nothing wrong with that. For real, for real. If I'm telling you my truth and I still can talk to you, but I'm on a show telling you my truth. This is who I am. This is what I'm going through. This is what happened with me. This how I got started doing this. This right here happened. And I still can be your friend. Nothing wrong with that. But when it started to come to the point that y'all fighting on the show and then turn back around and be friends, that's what I have a problem with.
Yeah, it seems a little crazy.
Yeah.
So maybe just performative for the show to give the people a good show.
Some maybe, but like what's going on now? It probably was at the beginning, but what's going on now is real.
Mm.
Stuff is real right now. What Kimmi doing, what Keke and Tisha them doing, it's not just for no show. They are fighting and fussing and getting at it in real life.
Mm.
I mean, my family is really disliking these people because they feel like they destroy a family now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got a lot of people don't watch the show anymore because of what's going on the show. And you don't make cousin Tonga and fight with each other. I just want Carlos to probably get it together and quit listening to one person on the show and just say, okay, I want a good show. I want a good show. I want everybody to do what they're supposed to do. I want everybody to tell their truth and be real in what they do. Don't sit down with people when y'all blog or go out there and blog. They ain't got to call me no bitches and hoes. They can just say whatever they want to say, but I ain't got to be no bitches and hoes. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I don't like that. I mean, so the show, and then next thing you know, everybody's fussing with the bloggers. That means everybody's job is in danger. Hello, got everybody's job is in danger. You got the blogger jobs in danger. You got the guest jobs in danger. You got, I'm saying you got everybody's job in danger. And I kind of like it a little bit because I'm messy like that.
Well, you know what? How do you feel about Tiffany?
Now, Tiffany's real messy.
Oh, shoot.
Tiffany is real messy. I like Tiffany, but Tiffany is really, really messy. But Tiffany mess about everybody else messy, not her own. And that's my thing. She out there with everybody else. She's starting to mess over here. She's starting to mess over there. But she want to go home and have a clean husband and a clean this. But you ain't talking about none of that mess at home. But you bring all that mess. I'm going to say a cat because, cat is very clean. They love to cover up with their mess. You know what I'm saying? They cover up their mess. And then they go over there and start a whole bunch of it over here and over there and out there and around here. They do a lot of mess like that. So that's the way Tiffany is. Tiffany is one of those little cats that covered up everything on her end, but she damn sure don't mind telling nobody else business, what's going on in the streets, baby. She gonna tell it. And I like it, Tiffany. I love it, Tiffany. Tell it, girl. But tell some of your story too. I want you to tell something going on with you as well. And that's what's wrong with the show today. Instead of they was talking about Keke, what's going on with Keke, let Keke tell her life. I promise y'all, if Keke tell her life, Keke would run that whole show by herself.
Wow.
I would promise, I tell y'all no lie. If she just get on there and tell her whole entire life, what's going on in her life, there wouldn't be no Melanie, there wouldn't be no Tisha, there wouldn't be no Martell, there wouldn't be nobody. Everybody want to listen to what Keke got to say. And how did she overcome it? What she going through? What she happened? if she just tell the whole life, I mean, I'm serious. I'm serious. And she know I'm telling the truth. She know I'm telling the truth. Keke can run that show by herself with her life, with her own life. Period. I promise you she can.
Ooh,
So
maybe
and then I can join in with her. I told her, I said, girl, go ahead and tell your life, and I'm gonna join in with you. We can have another spinoff.
Y'all definitely
We
can.
can have a whole family spinoff, girl. You tell your truth and quit getting on Tisha. You should have been with Tisha. And you can have your whole spinoff. We could have made the money, girl. I mean, just telling the truth. I mean, and all us fussing at each other by telling her, well, why you didn't do this? Why you didn't do that? Why you didn't say this? Why are you talking about Tisha? And when you know that you ain't, I don't want to tell her business, but yeah. Yeah, I done learned.
Maybe she'll look back over this season and maybe she'll have an aha moment. I don't know. We'll see. How did you get along with the mothers? How did you get along with Melanie's mom?
I never got. I only spoke to her one time because she is the type of person that like she put me in the amount of Keke mom. She like looked down on people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She's the type of person thinking that she all up here. And when the incident that came out about her, she was like, and I promise you I don't want to talk about that. Period. I'm not going to talk about it. But yeah, she is the type of person that turn her nose up on if you even look like you is that don't look like you can't be on her level. The way I talk, you know, it was like slutty talk. I don't like that. So until you meet a person yourself, y'all just don't know. I promise y'all just don't know. Everything look good in gravy, long as it's in the skillet, but take it out and taste it. Baby, I ain't lying. Everything look good in gravy. Put it in the skillet, but baby, taste it. It's a totally different ball game. Yes.
So what about Miss Marlene?
Marlene is cool. Marlene is a self person. She more like self. I don't give a fuck what's going on over there, but I'm over here. I'm handling this right here, baby. I ain't got time for what's going on over there. I ain't finna babysit. I ain't finna do no church. I ain't finna watch no church. I'm just gonna be Marlene. I ain't my babysit days is over with. Marlene is cool. She a cool person to be around. I went out clubbing with her one night. So I'm like, okay, Marlene can kind of party a little bit too. Yeah, she's cool. I promise y'all, she is cool. Yes. So I think I'm the only two moms that I met. Oh yeah, I met Kimmi mom. She's pretty nice. Okay. Yeah. And Marsau mama is extremely. You wouldn't believe she had those kids. Okay, you'd be like, "Oh, that's really your mom?" so nice. But his dad on the other end. Oh Jesus. I could throw my wig off to him.
Listen, y'all definitely can have a spinoff show if everybody's willing to tell the truth. Because, like I said, the Scott brothers are the Scott brothers. It's a lot. Even Maurice is a lot. I mean, this whole
sister's a lot.
Whew. Oh, they got
a sister. Yeah, you ain't know my son don't have a sister. It's like five. It's like two girls, but that Scott girl, ooh, she's cool now. She cool, but baby, yeah. Well, listen, she's a sweet person. She is a sweet person.
She's a sweet person. But how do you feel about the whole situation going on right now with Maurice and Kimmi and their storyline being about this whole lack of sex?
Oh my God. This sex thing is really driving me crazy. Because my thing is, like I tell Maurice all the time, I talk to Maurice all the time. You can get sex if you can't get nothing else. But if a person is sick and they're going through something, that's why you marry them. For good, the better, the worse, whatever the word is in the Bible. Y'all know I can't quote the Bible because I've been drinking, so I don't try to. But I'm just saying, yeah. But whatever the Bible said about that. Hey, you need to honor that. You need to honor that because Maurice, I don't know. Maurice is something else. Maurice is a pain, but I don't know. He's a sweet guy. I love the Maurice. I think I like Maurice better than I did Marsau. When I first met the guys, the brothers, I loved Maurice. I did. I never flew a day in my life, but for Maurice, when he got ready to get married, I flew to his wedding.
Wow.
Yep, I sure did. Maurice is very nice to me, but I think Maurice was the one who just always tell Marsau when he wrong, but now the tables are turned. The table have turned. I promise y'all. Y'all think I'm like Maurice used to be the one that get down. That's why Tisha always go to Maurice, even at the reunion. The year when I first went to the reunion, I think it was the first year when I had on my blue. Maurice was like the 20 women and all this and all that, and he told Martell, "Don't you do that? Don't you know?" When he was sitting there talking to Martell and telling me, "You tearing up a family? You tearing up a family?" Maurice used to be the one that get Marsau together. But now turning around, Marsau is now getting Maurice together. So I'm like, gosh, I said, how do tables turn? They turn so fast. And I'm like, but damn, both of y'all just a damn like, I ain't gonna take neither one of y'all off the table. I'm thinking I needed some salt and pepper to eat both of y'all the same way. Both
Same way.
same
way. So, Miss Wanda, we truly appreciate you coming through here and chatting with us. And, probably after we see the reunion or reunion time, we may ask you to come back again. Before I close out, I just got a couple of quick questions for you. If anybody, 1 or 2 questions in the chat, throw it in the chat. We'll ask you 1 or 2 questions. But I will say this, Keke is going through what she's going through. Hopefully she has a turnaround moment because family is everything. And when this is all said and done on Love and Marriage Huntsville, who will she go to? Who will she have? And what will she think about, everything that played out and her part in this situation with the whole family. So I'm hoping, maybe she gets a moment to sit back and see, is this worth it? Right? Was the whole thing worth it? Like, was the show worth it? Right? And when it comes to just overall, not just Love and Marriage Huntsville, but we've seen on a lot of reality TV shows that, marriages, we've seen a lot of downfall of marriages on these reality TV shows. And it's starting to have us wonder, like, what's going on? Can these marriages withstand, everything that plays out on these reality shows? Because listen, you could be strong and stuff can kind of wear you down, and I often wonder to myself, and I know they have Black, which is a great thing, and they have their different ventures, but is it worth it for Tisha and, Marsau to go through all of this, being on a reality show and their marriage? I will say this also, I saw a different side of him this week when he did get up and he, comforted Stormi to make sure Stormi was okay. Even Stormi appreciated, like, after all they went through back and forth.
Right.
He did come to her and say, like, you know what I mean? Like, are you okay? And I apologize. I didn't mean to kind of do that, to you. So I'm hoping there's like a roundabout moment, so to speak, because, as much as we watch these shows, I never want to see a demise of a relationship. And listen, Martell did what he did, but it did break my heart because I really truly felt out of many couples that I saw, him and Melody, I thought was that couple.
I did too. I'm serious. And I thought they're going to overcome it, though, for real. I thought, well, they're just going to go through this moment. And, baby, y'all going to be back together. I told her that several times. I don't want to hear that y'all going to be back together. I think what really did it was the baby.
Yeah.
I think that's what really, really did it. So, but even though I think they did too much damage now. And Marsau is just a jerk. Marsau is, he's so used to talking. So my thing is with Marsau, He did like I did when I was young. I think I didn't start talking till I was like 6 years old. So that's why I can speak established the way I talk now. Because I was older when I even just started using words. And the doctor told my mom I'm gonna grow out of it. I'm gonna grow out of it, and never happened. So hey, I'm still not ashamed of the way I talk, because the way I talk is what God gave me a voice now. So I'm gonna speak it, okay? That's just the way I talk. But on the other end, Marsau is just a jerk. He just love to play. He think everything is a joke to him. Everything. And that's who Marsau is. Marsau is, and his daddy the same way.
Wow.
His daddy is the same way. So all of them, all those Scots boys, they joker. They love to play a lot. And they actually think they be for real. I mean, they thinking that what they saying is really actually good sometimes. I'm like, Marsau, do you remember what you just said? Do you know what you just did? And you're like, yep. And I used to just go at him. I would go at him. And she's like, y'all don't, even to the grandkids, even to my grandkids, y'all have, what she said, my baby said, you have love and hate relationship, you and my dad. I said, I do. I said, sometimes I hate him, but sometimes I love him. But I think I have more hate than I do love. I'm just kidding.
Listen, so question, they said, Miss Wanda, are you planning to move to Huntsville?
I am. I really am. Because I'm really trying to find me a business spot there. And don't ask me why I don't want to move to, go to a business right there, black guy. I don't do nothing that black. I don't want to do nothing that black, because I want me and my daughter to stay as close as we possibly can.
Yeah.
If I do anything and Marsau says something out the way to me, she's going to be less than a husband. So my thing is, I want me and my daughter to stay like we is and keep everything in check. Because, oh, Marsau can do this. I don't ask Marsau for anything for real. I don't. I really don't. I ask my daughter, and if she can't, do whatever, and then, hey. And then some people say, oh, you got a boyfriend and a husband, baby. And both of them take good care of one, because one ain't working nowhere in the whole year. Thank you, Jesus. I hold up okay. But baby, I'm good. I ain't worked nowhere. I ain't hit a lick in a promise in a whole year, okay? And I still dress. I still look good. Still got the thing. But this right here, this stuff right here keep me on my feet, y'all. This is it.
Oh, wait, let's talk about that before we close out. No, show it again. So where can we get it at? Because that is your own personal seasonings. Show it again.
You can order on my website, Show Enough Miss One. Everything is up on the Show Enough Miss One. You can go to my website. You can go to my Facebook page. You can go to my Instagram page. Show Enough Miss Wanda on my Instagram page. Show Enough with the just SHO. Show Enough Wanda on my Instagram page. But on my YouTube page is SHO, and everything else is SHOW. Show Enough Miss Wanda with the MS Miss Wanda. So yeah, y'all can go look me up, find, and come on, order some of this stuff here. I get a lot of orders a week, a day. So I'm pushing out a lot of orders. So they're right there keeping me up on my toe. Not Marsau.
I know that. So hold on, I'm going to try to show it to everybody. All right, there you go. We got the seasonings, everybody. Sure enough, Miss Wanda, she got her seasonings here. Okay. Season all. We got the 21 ounce is 35. The 17 ounce is 25, and then we got a 9 ounce for 17. So you're saying season all, so we can put this on anything?
Everything, anything and everything. Chicken, fish, popcorn, French fries, anything you want to put on, it's good for all of it. And I promise y'all, you would love it. I promise you would love it. So go on my website, go ahead and put that order in, and I promise you'll get it in 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Yes. I'm still working outside of my house, so y'all got to realize I ain't in no big plant.
Listen, you have to start
somewhere. You got to start from somewhere. If you don't get started, you won't never get on top of your toes, period.
That part. Well, I'm going to order me some seasoning. I will make sure to update this, in the chat here so that everybody can know how to support and where to get their seasoning at. I'm super proud of you. God bless, many blessings. And I really, really hope that you know what, with your food truck, you get it off and running. You get your cooking because, like I said, it's a legacy for yourself. It's a legacy for your grandkids to see that you're doing this. And I'm so glad that you have your own season. And maybe you can work a deal soon where your seasons will be in the supermarket, Target, Walmart. Come on now, Miss Wanda.
Claim it, baby. Claim
Okay.
it.
Yes. So
Yes.
Mary D, what Miss Wanda's YouTube channel is showing off
Oh,
Miss
no,
Wanda.
Miss Wanda.
Yes, here. Let me show it to you again really quickly so you can go and subscribe. Let's go back to that. Let's support everybody. So there we go, showing off Miss Wanda. That's her YouTube channel right there. Okay, you can subscribe to the channel. You can also get that seasoning. So you know what? I'm gonna have to. Oh, they said you could put the seasonings on veggies too. Okay.
Yes. Yes, it's good on everything. I promise you. If you don't like it, give me a call. I got all my return policy in there. Y'all make sure y'all look at it good now. Um, yes.
So Miss Wanda, I will definitely. I'm going to support. I will. Do you have a cookbook?
I got it coming. It's coming. I think I'm on the 10th page now. So,
Nice.
I got to have everything ready because y'all know y'all bloggers will be talking about me if I don't get it right.
Listen, we got to do our job, right?
I know.
Yes. Let me say this, Ms. Wanda. I always like to have the people up because we do know that the personality we see on the show is not the person full of themselves, right? Even
Right.
when I do a video, just because you see a video and I have a thought process on that particular subject, that doesn't mean that is who I am through and through
True.
24/7, right? We all have our good moments, we all have our bad moments, but our bad moments does not define our entire life. So I support you, as a sister out here doing business and start your own business. I know it's not easy. And for you to have a seasoning out there, a product, very proud of you. And you said this product is an all-purpose seasoning, right? And in my opinion, said the seasonings are good. All right. So she liked the seasoning. She has purchased your seasonings. Thank you for that. Yeah, in my opinion. So I definitely will be purchasing my seasoning from you. Okay. I will. And when I purchase it and I cook something with it, I'll let you know how I feel. As a matter of fact, I'll even let the people know how I feel about it. Right. So I wish you all the best with your business. When you
Thank
come out
you.
with your welcome, when you come out with your cookbook, get in touch with me. I will support. I will get your cookbook and we will, talk about it here over on the channel. And I just say this to all the people that do reality shows, you definitely got to have thick skin because people going to talk. The people
You
going to
do.
talk. You got to have thick skin. And when you sign on that dotted line, you got to be prepared, especially because I think most producers of the show, they want drama. They want drama. They want to kind of pitch y'all against each other. And any piece of, negative information they might have, they're going to use it against you, right? I mean, they're going to get to cut this film up the way they see fit. And you got to be prepared for the good, the bad, and the ugly that comes out of it. But if you can start a business from doing that thing, that's the smart thing to do. Okay. So I'm supporting you. I will support your season. I will place my order. I wish you all the best. But what I wish the most, right? Because I know all families, we go through stuff. And I'm hoping that one day it'll be a full circle moment with you, Keke, Tisha, your whole family, and that y'all can overcome this moment right now. And I'm praying that Keke, can turn things around in her life, right? That is my prayer. Dadon is ordering now. He said you take Apple Pay. Okay. So he said he's going to place his order. All right. So any final words that you would like us to know about you or whatever you want to say to us, to the people, as we close out?
Yeah, I do want y'all to know that I'm not that bad person y'all really actually see on TV. I just love to have fun. I'm a fun person. I'm going to say what I got to say, and I don't have no regrets of what I say, but I will say this right here. I love everybody. There's no one on that show that I have issues with on my end. My end is I talk about all of them. If they do something or say anything, I'm gonna talk about it. Okay, so that's who I am. But if you go at my daughter, y'all gonna see me.
That
Okay,
part.
that's all. Y'all gonna see me. Yes, that part.
Ah.
Period.
What I will do, you know what? I didn't even realize you had a season. I would have got it ahead of time, but it is okay. What I will do is I'm going to buy two. I'm going to
Okay.
buy two. I will buy one for myself and I will give away. I got to figure out how to do this giveaway. I will give away
Yeah.
one to one of the.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, there you
Thanksgiving is
go.
coming.
Boom. You are. There you
Yes.
go. Boom. I will definitely do that. So I'm going to figure out who I can buy a seasoning for. I will get one for myself. I will get one for one of the subscribers, and we're going to test it out, Miss Wanda, and let you know how we feel. I thank you for your ending
You're
comment.
welcome.
Again, I'm praying for you, your daughter, your son-in-law, and the whole family, okay? And I appreciate you coming through and having a chat with us. I'm going to set you free because you spent so much time with me. Thank
I
you, Miss
love
Wanda.
you.
Love you
All
back.
right.
You
Bye.
look
Take
amazing.
care.
Bye.
All
You
right. Bye
too.
bye.
All right, guys. I will take a short moment. A short moment, guys. I'm going to drop the link and invite you up. Somebody got to tell me how to do this giveaway, right? Because I don't know quite how I should do it. Let me drop the link here. Paste. I just dropped the link if you want to come up and have a quick chat with me. I'm going to go back to her website here. I will order two of these. We got to see. I dropped the link there. Can I pin this link? Let me go see. All right. Uh-oh. Hey, Emmanuel.
Hey, Diva.
Hey. Hey, Dadon.
What's going on?
What's up?
Listen,
Um,
I just placed my order.
You did. I'm about to place the order. I'm gonna order two because I do want to give one away. I just gotta fit let the members pick a number. Thank you, Felicia. You just helped me out. Boom. That's exactly how I'm gonna do it. Okay. All right. I appreciate you, Felicia. You just gave me an idea, and I want to make sure I get it out. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the interview. Okay, hold on. E's trying to connect. Hey, E. Okay, I saw you figured out the posy, but a little bit. I'm still trying to work things out, okay? But I'm trying to do things over here. Okay, 170. Okay, thank you guys. All right, so hey y'all, we're gonna have a little quick conversation. This week was actually it was a good episode. Melody cracked me up when she was like, I got a drug test. I said I cannot right now. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so much happened with this thing. I'm not going to do the whole, all the recap. If y'all saw it and there's something you want to talk about and say to me when I come to your name about the this week's episode, you can. If you want to tell you anything about this particular interview, you can. So go ahead, Emmanuel. Talk to me.
First things first, I love the interview. So good job to you, Diva, and your team
Mhm.
for snatching this interview. I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed the conversation. Great questions. As far as the episode, I think Miss Wanda pretty much said it all. It's just sad to see Kiki behave like this because this is her family, and like she said, the part that got me was when she was like, "This is real life, and like our family members have been affected by this, behind the scenes." So I think that's really unfortunate. Also, really quickly, when Mel was going outside and she was pretending to tell Kiki she was wrong, um, I didn't buy that. To me, it looked like she was trying to cover her tracks and
Mm,
pretend to hold her accountable, just for the cameras. But deep down, I think she was happy that Kiki did that. I appreciate that. What's his name? Amir, her husband.
I mean, yeah,
Amin. I appreciate that he wanted to defend his wife
right.
when Marceau said that. But dude, the way you defend your wife is by not letting her do these crazy stuff in the first place.
Mhm.
Like don't make her do that. And I don't know why. I just feel like they are the type of couple who I like they probably think to themselves that other couples think they are better than them. I don't know if that makes sense.
I think I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
but it was crazy. That's all, Dio.
Thank you. Didon?
Listen, everything that Marceau said at that picnic table, I 1000% agree with everything that he said.
Yeah.
Um, you know, even to the point when he got up and, consoled Stormy. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
this is the Marceau that we need to see
Yeah.
sometimes on this show. Give
Yeah.
us a mix, brother. Don't just give us, the messiness all the time. Show that you have some compassion, you
Right.
know, show us that, give us the reason why Tisha fell in love with you. She didn't
Yeah.
fall in love with a messy brother. She fell in love with something.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got up to hug her, I was like, I knew he had it in him.
Yep.
He's been playing for these cameras
Yep.
all this time. And but everything he said sitting at that table, I 1000% agreed with. But when her cousin got up there and tried to defend Keke, no, there's no defending anybody that just assaulted somebody. You don't, and throwing liquid is assault in some states.
Yes, it is.
You can't defend anybody doing that. I don't care what your mental state is. That is assault. So you need to say what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you, and then you may want to say what's wrong. Say what the person did wrong first. But she never admitted what Keke did wrong. It was just, let me defend her. No, you can't blindly defend somebody who did wrong, and that's what I
Right.
didn't agree with. So but I enjoyed the conversation that they had at the table. But when Melody had that drug test, I was like, come on, Mel, you you stirring the pot. But
Ain't she though?
I
Ain't she
I
though?
I didn't mind one bit. But
Yeah.
this was a great interview. And bring Miss Wanda back. Hashtag bring Miss Wanda. We need her.
You know what? I feel we do also, right? Because at the end of the day, let's be clear. Do we want reality TV or don't we? What do we want? And reality TV is you have a mixed bag of people, right? Everybody's not going to have the same personality. People do mess up and say things. People say messy stuff on the street about other people's kids all the time. We're not saying it's right, but we're saying it's reality, right? So, and I get what she's saying. Her and Marsau, the way she described it, they're a lot alike. He liked to just be funny, say what he got to say, and be messy. I think a lot of what he does is performative for the show, right? To
Right.
just give a show. Because when it came time for him to really be real and what he did to Stormy, and after all that him and Stormy went through, I really thought it was a nice moment. And it's like you said, Don, Tisha didn't fall in love with the mess. He has something in him and he showed it. And
Right.
I appreciated it. Yeah. I really did like this particular episode. I really did. And I will say this. I really do commend Tisha for she handled that whole scene extremely well. I give it to her.
Better
I
than
mean,
most.
better than most. Better than most. And this is me saying this respectfully. Better than the one with the doctorate degree and all of that. And I'm talking about from Real Housewives of Potomac. What is her name? She went off and she kept egging Mia on. But
Wendell Steffo.
Wendy Osefo. Mm-hmm. Batista handled it extremely well, and that I do give to her. And Ms. Wanda said a lot of stuff to me. I'm not one like if you whatever you say right when you come for these interviews or whatever. But she said a lot of stuff that made sense to me in terms of Tisha's personality, right? She said in reality, this is not like she's not that girl. She's not that girl that wants to go rah rah and do all of that. And she said, a matter of fact, when the show first, when they first heard about the show, she wasn't jumping at the things to be on the show. It just so happened that Carlos King, and I think Miss Wanda kind of mentioned it a little bit, Carlos King, because Melody had other people, other couples for the show, and Carlos King fell in love with the Scotts. And that's how they ended up on the show. Joey W., I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Anything you want to say?
Yes, good evening. This is my first time on the panel. This is Joey Wilson.
Okay.
Great interview, Diva. I
Thank
enjoyed
you.
it. Ms. Wanda is real. I absolutely love her realness. And yes,
Mhm.
we do need her back on the show. As far as last week's episode, I'm like Melody. I think there was something more to this scene with Keke and throwing this drink.
Mhm.
Because she came in ready. It's
Mhm.
like someone had amped her up, or she said, okay, this is gonna be my show, my episode, my whatever. But it, it was sad to see. In the end, it was sad to see. And I think she didn't get the reaction that most people would have given because she was related to Tisha. I think it was that they're related, and Tisha knows she's going through a struggle, probably even more so than what we know.
Right.
She's really struggling, and that's why she didn't retaliate. But um, I thought it was a good episode, and I enjoyed the interview. So I just wanted to come up on the panel and say, great job, Diva.
Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thanks
No
for
problem.
coming through. Your thoughts?
Hello. I thought this was a excellent interview. Thank you, Diva, for putting this together and having Miss Wanda on. I felt Wanda was extremely authentic. I was so happy that you asked the question I put in the chat about the side dude because I felt that was real talk. And
Mm.
I think that a lot of women need to know that story. And I also thought it was extremely telling how Miss Wanda even gave Keke her props and said, hey, if you told your own story and was true to yourself, you could have a whole show by yourself. We could really do a spinoff because Mel is not interested in giving Keke a spinoff. I felt like when Keke strayed away from the family, she strayed away from the money for everybody on that side. And I think that's Wanda's point, and I think that's Marsau's point and Tisha's point. Um, but I told y'all 2 years ago when I first started coming over here that Miss Wanda made the show. And no, everybody came down my throat. I
Ah.
told y'all, I told y'all the problem was Wanda is so captivating and was dragging the Holtz for filth. Mel and Martell couldn't take it. Mel wanted people on the show who she could dominate and tower over. Mel can't tower over Miss Wanda because she knows Wanda will bring out the whole Besma, and Mel don't want those choppers riding down her block. Choo choo. So, so my whole point with that was I just want to talk about one scene though, if I can, really
Mhm.
quickly.
Yeah, of course. Uh-huh.
I wasn't moved by Stormy storming off and crying. That didn't move me. I will
Mhm.
say Marcel was a better man than Stormy was a woman because Stormy's attitude and behavior was deplorable. The way that she kept speaking to him week after week, and I told y'all that previously. Marceau schooled the hell out of Stormy earlier, but she was just too ghetto to catch it. Marceau basically said in Stormy's culture, she was not raised properly. And Stormy's husband cannot rein her in and calm her down when it comes to her disrespecting men in his presence. And when you disrespect a man in front of your husband and call him all kinds of names as a female, you are positioning your husband, boyfriend, or significant other to potentially engage in physical violence. Stormy is uncouth for that. And Courtney should be embarrassed as hell. It was just shameful. And then when Martell tried to tell Courtney, your wife needs to watch her mouth, I remember that last week. Stormy is still getting Courtney in these situations because of her big mouth, quick temper, and ghetto attitude. I can't stand it. And because the Don, I love you, the Don, when you brought up Mel coming to the storage, I thought that was so bizarre. I thought that was extremely bizarre for you to say, okay, I'm coming over to the storage. Who pulls up to somebody's public storage and with the camera crew? Who in the hell? That doesn't even make sense. And why
I didn't even
didn't
think
Mel
about that, E.
yes, who does that? And then when we saw the storage, wasn't nothing in there but stuff that needed to be thrown away. Why didn't they just offer to meet them at their new house since they said they were moving? I mean, it was just so bizarre. And I just could not get over the scenery, the blue storage units in the background, and them filming, and then Mel saying, I brought a drug test with me. I felt Keke should have been extremely embarrassed. This is why you should have stuck with your cousin, because Mel just played in your face and you look ridiculous. That was not cool.
That not cool at all. And I said, oh my God, I cannot right now. But you're right. But see, you know what though? I noticed a lot of male scenes is with Keke. If you go back and think about the show, most of her shows is with Keke.
But and
Lunch, Kiki's house. You see what I'm trying
that's
to say? Go ahead.
because she needs somebody who she can dominate and tower over, and she knows that she has Keke groveling at her feet because
Yep.
Mel is dangling something. This reality TV, I can get you this. You film with me. I'm the head chick in charge. She's dangling that in Kiki's face like a carrot in front of a rabbit, and Keke. I'm shocked she was a college professor because her critical thinking skills is not matching for me. This is not a go.
Ooh. Well, I don't want to go down this road, but that's why half the people, when they say they got a degree, you like, from where? What happened? Yeah, it's very messy, but yes, that's her go-to person to film with. So, and then in my opinion, they got to catch her when she actually shows up for filming. And I'm talking about Keke. Because if you notice, remember they always talk about how there's many scenes where she was supposed to be there and she got sick. She was in the hospital. The doctor's trying to figure out what her blood work was going on. But she know how to do that slick talk. But you know what? Because you saw, I don't know if you saw the previews for next week, and she talking about, well, I'll do a drug test when they do a lot of, when he does a lot.
Exactly.
I saw that and I said, how convenient. So maybe that's why Mel had to hop in her Jeep and ride down to the public storage, because she said, I don't know if I'm gonna catch her at the Tuesdays next week. I don't know if she's gonna be at the Cheesecake Factory. Let me catch her at the public storage before they toss her 2 garbage bags out.
Catch your wise hot. Catch your wise hot. Yeah, and then you know what? I'll just add this as I come in my opinion. Kimmi wasn't surprised about that truck. I said, I cannot. Can they at least act? Oh, that's mine. That's mine. Your son drive up in the truck, and you just know automatically is yours because you went there, picked it out, and you put down part of the down payment. But anywho, let me just say this though. I want to thank, in my opinion, because in my opinion, got this interview for me. That's my girl right there. So thank you so much for getting this interview with Miss Wanda. I did enjoy her. And I really enjoyed when I spoke to her backstage. And I'm not going to circle back because everybody got their opinion on what was said, how it was said, this, that, and the other. But from speaking to her backstage, I didn't feel in my heart of hearts that she meant any ill will. I also felt like, of course, because many of us, I have said some stuff where I was like, damn, I wish that didn't slip out my mouth, or next time I would say XYZ. And I had to call many people to apologize and say, you know what, I didn't mean it that way. Or just straight up, I'm sorry I even said that. Right. But the thing is, in real life, because we're not being filmed, we get to go apologize and go on about life. And another thing I will say, she is right. And that's why I really try very hard not to do it on this show. I don't think it's right. We're no better than them. If I want to sit up here and call anyone, giving one of them a B, a hoe, a slut. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Call them out their name. So I try very hard. I'm not saying that I don't fall short sometimes. Maybe I do, but I try very hard not to, attack their character like that. What I do is try to recap what I saw on the show and give my feelings, right? So I think that people constantly saying she's all kind of names, and not just Miss Wanda, but a whole lot of these other reality personalities. When we start to, when I say we, I'm talking collective, like YouTube or whoever's doing a recap. When you start to get so personal and start to call these people all kinds of names and derogatory stuff, I do think it's a bit much and it's a lot. But, it is what it is. But what they got to understand too is doing reality TV is not for the faint of heart. You better build up your tough skin, or else you won't make it. And I think that's what happened to Stormi initially, because the people came for her throat her first season. I don't know if she's kind of doing better or whatever, but I know they came for her, her throat. In my opinion, your thoughts?
So first of all, Diva, congratulations. I am so proud of you. You are doing such an amazing job. Let me tell you something. I really think that people look at this reality show and they think because they see these people on reality, this is how they are in real life. And I
Mm-hmm.
keep saying it every time we have a recap. Y'all don't know these people like y'all think y'all do. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, if you had ever had a chance to talk to Miss Wanda, she is not the loud mouth in your face like she is on the show. My soul in person is not the loud mouth, cussing women out all the time. Like I don't know why they do it on the show, but these people are not like that. It's just amazing how it's a whole collective of people that have just gunned ho on saying, "Hey, we're gonna dog this person out, or we're gonna dog this person out because they did it to me, or they did it to this person." It's like you don't know these people in real life. Quit capping for people that y'all don't know in real life. Like learn to these people for yourself and then form a decision. But don't just go off of your feelings from a reality show because this stuff has been cut and scripted together the way they wanted it to be put together. So half of the stuff on there is unbelievable. But I will say Miss Wanda was correct. If Kiki came up here and told her story, she could not only have her own show, but she could help a lot of other people that struggle. Like her story is really deep.
They would
Yeah,
shut the TV down.
it's really deep and it's almost a aspiring story if she could ever get to the other side. And I think if she opened up enough to tell people the struggles that she have, I
Mm-hmm.
think it would help her get to the other side. I'm gonna keep on praying for her because I want them to get back together. And I'm praying that they can get this family back together because they had a whole family meeting last year and then this happened again. So I'm just praying that they can rebuild their family back together because they were really, really close before this. And it's like the whole family is divided. And I hate to see a show divide a whole family.
Yeah.
But you were amazing, Diva. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. So, Sean, you said y'all sound like haters. Really, Miss Wanda is a no. We stopped watching the show because of Miss Wanda, and the panel sound like male haters. I'm sorry, I disagree with these options.
Well,
I,
I don't hate any of them.
no, no, hold on. In my opinion, first of all, I don't see where you're getting we sound like male haters from. I think you just came with a agenda and opinion, and you're gonna stick to it no matter what you hear come out of our mouth. So nobody's we see what we see, and we call it how we see it, and you can call it how you see it. But when you calling us all sounding like male haters, that sounds like insanity to me, right? So and my thing is too, no, when it came to Mel and Martell, we was rooting for them. So I don't know how you get a hater out of that, but you know, it is what it is. He did what he did and all of that. And I never stop watching. If one personality is going to have me start watching the show, I wouldn't be able to watch anything on TV when it came to reality TV. Because any given show, you always got somebody messy, and some of the messy people stay on there from the beginning to the end. But Bella, your thoughts? Bella, are you there? Okay, I don't know. Bella might be not there. Juanita, your thoughts?
Well, first of all, Diva, I want to say that was a wonderful interview. It was really great. And when you do these personal interviews like this with reality stars, it really shows the other side of them
Mm-hmm.
versus what we see on TV. And looking and listening at Miss Wanda, she's a very smart and upcoming savvy businesswoman. And she's not going to let nobody take advantage of her or her daughter. So I admire her for that. And as far as the recap of the show, I think Mel is just a flip flopper. She runs from one to the other, but really she has Kiki as a puppet. And I pray that Kiki get herself together and realize what's going on. Write a book. If you're a professor, write a book tell your story to let other people know, how you regrouped.
Mhm.
Get yourself together and make a future for yourself and your children and your family. And there's nothing like family. Sure, tongue and teeth fall out, as my mom used to say, but family is going to always be family. And if she just, throw everybody away, who does she have?
Right.
When, like you said, when the show's over, she don't have anyone, and that's going to be a lonely feeling.
Woo.
So glad you got Miss Wanda on there, and in my opinion, that was a great thing for you to do to get her to interview with Diva. It was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed listening to Miss Wanda, and I'm going to order me some seasoning too because Thanksgiving is coming around.
Come on now.
That's all I got to say.
And Miss
Good.
Juanita, trust me, it was all diva. Okay, I just passed the number along. It was all diva. I didn't do nothing
Well,
special.
well, in all, it was a
Teamwork.
wonderful show.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
thank
Hey,
y'all.
thank you. Hey, Savannah.
Hey everyone, I am so sorry to get late to the train, but I did enjoy the interview with Miss Wanda, and I enjoyed having this type of forum tonight. I'm glad we didn't do a full recap of the show on Saturday because that show was so triggering, and
Mm.
especially with the passing of Matthew Perry and shame on own Carlos King and Discovery for not ending that show with at least a disclaimer or a PSA saying anyone that is struggling with any type of
Mm.
addiction or substance abuse, at least put a hotline or some
Yeah.
type of number or assistance, because I recall with Matthew Perry having an interview when he was promoting his book, and he had an interview with Bill Maher, and he discussed how he was so heavily addicted to painkillers or whatever it was he was addicted to, that he was purposely going to open houses just to see what
Mm.
people had in their medicine cabinets. And when people are, and not to say, whatever Kiki's going through, and and it's just so obvious that just by looking at her storage unit, it just tells you what uh, that her life is such in chaos because just looking at her storage unit, like there was numerous storage units. All you had to do, just by looking at that, it just a disorder in there, and it was that episode was so triggering to me. I had to go back and rewatch it, and it was the first time that I just wanted to go in there, and I need to go back and rewatch your episode because I wanted to hear the Don how drag Melanie, uh, because I really wanted to go and helicopter almost everyone in that on that show if I was at that barbecue, from Tiffany to Kimmi to there was absolutely no one having an educated conversation about what this woman, this family, it was absolutely a lost opportunity to have a conversation to assist not only um, someone on the show, but others who are struggling with some type of addiction. And shame on Carlos King and Own for missing an opportunity to educate the audience.
Savannah.
Also, Diva,
Right.
did you see how I don't know the girl with the blonde hair, brownish hair, Kimmy's. I don't know if that was Kimmy's friend or whose friend, but each time they would talk about Kiki, how she would give them like a certain kind of look.
That was Courtney, the cousin. I think you're talking about. Her name was
Oh,
Courtney.
okay. Well,
She's
yeah,
one of the
she
cousin.
did.
They got some strong genes in that family because
Right.
they look alike.
Hmm.
I will say this. Marsau made a good point. I saw a different side of him right at that moment. I'll say at that moment because he made a good point. If you dealt with anybody with addiction, he said, "Yeah, y'all telling me all of this. Y'all telling me have compassion. Y'all telling me this. Y'all telling me that. But where were y'all? We've been picking up for years when nobody else would. When our own mother didn't give a darn anymore and had enough, we was there." He said, "Who can anybody raise their hand if they picked her up from the corner, did this, did that, or whatever?" So,
In the
like
middle of the night.
in the middle of the night, like Savannah said, there was a missed opportunity there because the people on the other side of dealing with somebody with addiction, they got feelings too. They get tired too. They get hurt too. And at some point, for their own mental health, they said enough. Somebody on this panel tonight said, which you know what is hitting me now, that yeah, probably part of why Tisha was so calm is one, because they know what she's going through and they don't want to pressure. They actually, you know, she wanted to be on this show forever, and sometimes people think, oh, you hating on me, you just don't want me to make the money that you're making, or whatever. But they said you're not ready. But she felt some type of way about it, and then so when you got someone else saying, no, you ready, I'm gonna put you down, you come on, and then you hook up with alliance with them, and it just becomes a whole hot mess. But there definitely was a bigger opportunity there, and I'm telling you that when it comes to addiction and it's the person in the family, it impacts the entire family. The entire family gets crippled because now it's like, okay, well, I had enough. They can't come over here no more. Tag, you need to help them because you never chipped in and helped them. And then, you know, you got to remind the people, I did this, I did that, I whatever. And don't be trying to act like I'm just giving up when you never woke up and helped her. Did you take so-and-so to rehab? Did you give them money? When they was down and out, did you do XYZ? So there's a lot in there that I was like, whoa, this is deep, but I missed that, Savannah. You are right. Where was the disclaimer at the end? Because they keep putting disclaimers up. I didn't get to read it, but they keep putting disclaimers up about at the moment of this filming or after the filming or whatever, Keke wasn't in trouble yet, or this didn't happen with Keke. But like you said, why not put up something to talk about, call this number if you're addicted and need help and want help or whatever. That's a good point out. Mm-hmm.
Let me
Somebody
tell you something.
go ahead.
It took what 10, 15 years for them to catch up with Trump to give him 91 charges, felony charges.
Right.
So just because it hasn't caught up with her now doesn't mean it ain't gonna catch up with her. So
Right.
them putting that little thing up there on that TV now is just for them to CYA. That's
Yep.
all.
No, you are. They only think about self, right? Because really, if Carlos King was being better than Andy Cohen, then Keke wouldn't even be on this show. She wouldn't. She wouldn't be on this show right now
The
because
only reason they brought her on because ever since they Keke has come on, the ratings have gone up,
yes, they have.
and that is a fact. Someone said it on another on one of the other bloggers have mentioned it, that ever since Keke has come on, the ratings for this show has gone up,
Oh,
and
it
they are
has,
using her
right? So he's using her.
storyline.
They're using her.
Mhm.
So it definitely has, because
Mhm.
we was getting tired. People were getting tired. It was the same old with the show, right? It was Melody and Martell not speaking, fighting. You know, it was the same thing over and over again. It was nothing new. You see, there's still a lot of the same old because it's with Kimmi, and nobody has a storyline, right? So it was Kimmi and Maurice and their non-existent sex life. Like people got over it. It's like, okay, nothing's happening. But the minute she arrived, even when she came in the tail end of last season, which is still this season, however you want to call it, that's when it started to pop off. So it's like that, it's like this. She sold her soul to the devil, so to speak. But if you're making $1 and somebody's offering you 10, and I'm not y'all in this, y'all get the analogy, right?
But
Go
they're
ahead.
paying Keke pennies, but the people who have been on prior to, like the Marsau and Kimmi, like the Tisha and Marsau, they're making nickels. So they're not making that much, but she's coming in and saving the season so these people can keep coasting on Easy Street. Because if Kimmi, Maurice, Martell and Melody aren't doing anything, but they're milking this person and her potential criminal charges and potential habit. We don't know. And they're milking this for entertainment purposes. They're using this girl like a fool.
They are. Butterfly, you know why? Because I feel like they feel like Melody is the one that put them on.
Melody is Jesus.
Right. So they're going to tread lightly when it comes to her.
Well, evidently they don't feel that way. They don't evidently they ain't gonna feel that way when they get to Houston. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see that on the show, Opinion?
Yes, it's gonna be on the show. I think it's gonna be their season finale. They go on the trip to Houston. That's where Martell supposed to invite the girl, and she gonna turn on Mia.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't
Yeah.
wait.
I mean, because she's probably finally feeling the impact of herself being used, right? She's being used. But what I'm saying is, like, if I'm sitting here because from what is that, Black Ink, one of the girls said, I can't remember her name right now, but she said when they approached me to do the show, because she said so many people ask me, like, why would you sell yourself like that? Why would you do that? She said when they approached me to do the show, I was working at Macy's and I forgot the low dollar amount that she said she was making per hour. She said I was about to get kicked out of my apartment, this, that. She did a whole laundry list of things, right? And she said, although y'all may be looking at it like this is pennies, why would you sell your soul for that? She said it was more than the pennies that I had at the time.
Oh, I remember.
You remember? I can't remember.
Her name was Sky from Black Ink Crew.
That part.
And the publicity got her more money, and she's on Zeus right now. But she didn't have custody of her 2 sons. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
So that's Keke's situation, right? So I'm here making 0 or whatever. So if you from 0 to 5 or $10, you done save my soul. I'm gonna have to do whatever I gotta do. So it's they get the lowest common denominator. They know what they're doing, and then those people get desperate, right? And they will sell their soul to the devil. And then you come to them. That was a good scene. Amp it up more next time, and we're gonna throw you some more pennies, right?
What, Diva? Can I say one last thing?
Yeah,
I know you have to go, but what I'm waiting for. Okay, thank you. In my opinion, oh wait, she's gone. Oh no, she's not. She's right there. In my opinion, is letting us know. Spoiler alert: Homegirl is gonna turn on Mel. I want all of them to turn on Carlos King because this whole season was filmed last year. I thought it's about to be a new year again. And then you prepping us for the reunion that was filmed so many months ago, and we still haven't seen Love and Hip Hop DC, and that reunion's been filmed too. Like, what the hell is going on? These people are getting blind. It will serve them better to just film their own show, put it on YouTube, or go down to Zeus because they will pay you your money.
You will get more money.
He get to keep them on contract doing it like that. That's why he keeping it like that, so he can keep them on contract.
No,
yeah, good for him, but bad for them.
He doesn't renegotiate their contract. So at least, like, with the people on Bravo, once the season is over, if they get picked up again, they can have a renegotiation. But what's the name told us? What was it? What's the Tylers, right? Told us from Love and Marriage DC. So it's no renegotiation when you're doing a whole second season because he's pretending it's still part of the first season that you already have the contract for. Messy boots.
Girl, not pretending he's still part of the first season.
He messy. But then you want to talk about Andy, like Andy the devil, and you the devil in disguise yourself because you robbing your own people. What's the difference? Right? So yeah, and listen, when they went to work out with Martell, listen, I appreciate it though. I appreciate Miss Wanda. So here's what I'm gonna do here. I'm I'm going to post on my community page. So send me an email with a number in it from 1 to 25. Pick any number. And then I'm going to have the members, y'all will get to pick a number. And it's the number that E is going to email me. And whatever numbers, when someone picks the number that E emails me, then I'm going to send you one of Miss Wanda's spices. So that's how we're going to do it. And I'll put all the rules on the community page. But E, do me a favor, email me a number from 1 to 25. You pick a number. And then once someone gets that number, that's who I'm going to mail one of the spices to. So listen, guys, here's the thing. We just speak our truth. It don't necessarily got to be the truth. We speak our truth about the different personalities that we see. We don't hate nobody. It is what it is. The show is what it is. And trust me, when the show ends, we move on to the next show or the next topic or wherever we're talking about. And we wish all of them the best. But my thing is, I'm starting to think now, right? I'm starting to actually think now that maybe it is a conflict of interest if I am the executive producer on any given reality show.
Come on.
And I'm on the show.
Yes.
That's a conflict of interest, right? Because I'm going to constantly say, when I slipped out of my mouth and said something to the left or sideways or whatever the case may be, I'm going to tell them, listen, cut that out, chop that out, fix that, so I'm not looking crazy. And then I'm going to let everybody else look crazy. Shawnee with O'Neal.
Yes.
But anyway, I'm just saying, you're going to do a Shawnee. Everybody else is acting like circus animals and you getting paid, you rolling up the dollars in your bank account. And meantime, every time you sitting there, you looking favorable. Never have no real arguments, never really get into anything. And everything you do, get spinned around so you don't look so bad. It's a conflict of interest. And maybe there should be a different way where they can all have ownership in the show without being an executive producer. I don't know how that could work, but I think it should be like that.
It's unethical, is what it is, and it shows favoritism.
Yes.
It shows favoritism because if you have an executive producer who knows all the storylines, and I can only go by what I know about Shawnee. Shawnee knows everybody's storylines, and then she gets to play puppet master behind the scenes, because even in the scenes, she's producing. And I don't know if Mel has that much influence, but by golly, they put her on a pedestal like she does. If you have access to everybody's confessional to view what everybody's saying and you're on the same cast too, that's not right. And just like Miss Wanda said, how is it that Martell is the one putting all of this out and he's on the show, but I'm the one, because the information got put out, I'm the one that started it? I believe 1,000% what Wanda said, that Mel instigated that whole fight last year in front of Madani and told her food was nasty and all this bunch of stuff, but they didn't show it. Why are we cleaning this up? Air it in the order that it took place and let us see what really happened. Because on the editing, it's just like Bravo got us to think that Kenya was fake and fraudulent all these years and Phaedra was so real, and then we had to find out later. Or like, we didn't know that Portia was doing what she was doing. No, they edit these people out to have these fan favorites to keep these people coming in. And then when we come down here on the YouTube streets, then we got people coming on and say, oh no, this panel is full of male haters. Oh no, I don't like these options. Do you?
You see how Mel is all up in Kiki's face? I mean, she's in their face, in Kiki's face 1 minute, dangling her. And I really think Mel had a lot to do with why Kiki threw that drink into the child's face.
You know it.
Mel had egged that on. So she knew what she was doing.
What, Miss Juanita, I will say this to you. Ms. Wanda said when it came to that drink, she said she know Kiki. She says, I don't think that Melody would have egged that on and did that. But she said, do I think that she knew that she was going to come there hyped to talk about the situation?
Okay.
But to throw that drink, she said, no, that's Kiki.
So that's just in Kiki.
It's just in Kiki. But you could tell that Kiki was getting very agitated and pissed off because Tisha was paying her dust. That's why people tell you, listen, Kathy Hilton told us science is golden. You saw how that science killed her? It killed her every second. When she did not hug her, when she got up and was like, "No, thank you, ma'am," and didn't say a word, it killed her. It killed her.
did.
Listen, silence is golden.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Right.
But I do think that Mel was interested in Tisha changing her shirt because she had more stains on her shirt than Baby Ace. So I did think that she did, when she asked her, "Did you want to change your shirt?" I do think that Mel was genuine
Yeah,
when
she
she
was.
did ask
She
her
was.
that. So but I do think
That's
that
the
the drink was really Kiki's energy because Tisha wasn't matching her energy back and forth.
Yep.
So I don't think Mel had anything to do with that. Do I think that Mel instigated the energy before Kiki got to the cookout? Yes, I do think
100%.
Mel had a
100%.
conversation with Kiki, but
Mhm.
I don't think that
Well, we
Mel
know
had
she
anything
did,
to
right?
do with that.
When they
Yeah,
went to lunch. When they went to
well.
lunch, she said,
I
"Did
have
you
to.
walk
exactly.
up?"
I'll have to agree. If that's what Miss Wanda said, that's Kiki, she knows her better than we do. So,
Right.
it is what it is.
But
Yeah.
you can't tell me that Kiki and Mel wasn't on the Bluetooth in the car on the way there.
Oh, they
And you
were.
can't make me believe that Kiki didn't tell Mel, I'm going to say this to Tisha, and I wish she would get funky with me because I reach across that table and you can't tell him. Oh no, please.
Yes,
Mel
Stormy
They
didn't
had
say
her
that.
cross.
was on the Bluetooth. Cause listen. When I'm on the way to stuff in my boo going, I said, "Girl, are you coming?" And blah 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 blah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
something had her
But
crossed
Mm-hmm.
listen,
up.
y'all, I'm
Huh.
OT. I'm OT right now. I'm overtime.
Yeah,
I love y'all.
you 15
Yes.
over.
Okay, we love you.
Yeah. I love y'all. I got to go. I will see y'all tomorrow. Again, thank you everybody for being here. If you didn't hit the like button coming in, hit the like button going out. Much love, y'all, and I'll see y'all tomorrow for trending topics. Okay. Good
Take
night.
care, everybody.
Listen, I wish I'm trying to get somebody that took a picture of me on what is it called on Saturday because she was cute. But anywho, I gotta see if I can get a picture from somebody. I'll see y'all. Good night. Goodbye.
Good night. Great interview.